And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
We're talking Giants every day.
I'm alive, Eric. I'm alive. I'm alive.
People will worry. People will worry.
To the Oracle Park lights.
Wellness checks.
Eric and Glenn keep the fire burning bright.
I was hanging out with Tom, you know.
For the glory, no matter what it costs us. Breaking down the moments from the wins to the losses. Giant Sports Talk, we're here for the ride. Eric and Glenn with the fan base pride. Talking dreams, will they contend? But we'll back the Giants till the very end. Let's go, Giants! Yes, yes, yes! Oh! Eric and Glenn breaking it down, all Giants all the time.
All right, welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live. The return of Glenn is back from south of the border, south of the border. You had to go across the get across a couple of borders there to get down to Mexico.
It was easier than getting home, Eric. At least I get to fly over you. No problem.
And Armand
delay.
is going to join us tonight. Today, we're going to
Armand.
talk predictions, guys. Lou may be joining us a little bit later. He's enjoying his night down in Longbridge Pizza. Remember, we were over there. Remember that, Glenn?
There he's
Longbridge?
at.
That's where he's at. Yeah, watching some college basketball.
He's hanging out with Robbie Dizzle, hopping trains down there.
Yeah.
The J or whatever it was.
Oh man, I don't know what it was. I just know I got to get on this thing so we can get to the game.
Text him and tell him to keep an eye open for wizards who happen to have magic wands, Eric.
Oh, that was beautiful, by the way. God, that was so much fun. That 3 weeks of baseball was so much damn fun.
Beat the Cubs
Anyways,
that night, Eric.
Yeah, exactly, man. Hey, Glenn, since last you were on the show, my God, man, Game 7, you missed an epic. I mean, were you in the air or were you able to watch it from Mexico?
It was funny. You clowns all watching it from your living rooms. I watched it on a big screen on the beach in
Oh,
Mexico.
nice.
Nothing better, Eric.
Hey.
Nothing better. I had a cocktail in my hand. I had my Speedo on and watching the game.
Okay. Where was everyone leaning? Was it split down the middle? Were they leaning towards Dodgers, leaning towards Blue Jays?
Dude, a lot of Blue Jay fans.
Really?
I saw maybe 2 cheering for that. And I'll give them credit, Eric. These are all, of course, like myself, like tourist fraternity. I wish I had a photo. I never even thought of taking one. There were Blue Jay jerseys everywhere.
Really?
You know, I talk about LA hats everywhere I go. It was jerseys.
Wow. Hey, look at this, Robert.
And my prediction came true, by the way. Just throwing it out.
Come on. I called Game 7. I was literally, Glenn, I was 2 outs away. 2 outs away, man.
We were 2 outs away from the money. Remember when we had a little deal worked out with Lou, giving it to charity? You see, Wilmer's watched what? He's watched 4 minutes and 43 seconds. He's ready for his nap. He's giving up on us already, boys.
All right.
Yep, but the World Series, Game 7, Eric, I got to tell you.
It was awesome.
I got to tell you. Have you ever, because I've never, just when you think it's over, it wasn't. Right, Armand? I don't know what you thought. You guys probably already talked about it, but man, that catch, the center fielder says, I'm taking charge.
He did.
Bulldozes his own man.
Who cares? I'm going after it, and I'm going to get it. And look, kudos. And Andy Pages, he didn't do nothing. They said, they pointed to Pages, take off your freaking hoodie, put your glove on, and get out to center field. And there he goes. And he saved it.
And I don't know if you and Eric, getting away from the World Series, you guys have talked about it. It was a great game, but you know something? You probably made note of it, Eric, during the last 2 weeks. You did a lot of coverage, I'm sure, post World Series. The one thing I noted, and you and I have always had a bit of a beef with Major League Baseball, the way the game's played, and pulling pitchers out. Have you ever seen a postseason where the man innings were so high? How many pitchers appearances were there in this postseason, Eric?
Oh my gosh.
God, we had won that Mariner game. Wasn't there like when it went 18 innings, there were like 15 pitchers or something?
Yeah, ridiculous.
And for the entire postseason, the number ran up to, we were in bizarro world. You can't do that on television.
Incredible.
I mean, look at Toronto. They used Louis Varland, who they acquired at the deadline from the Twins, like every game.
Every game he was in there,
and
man.
freaking, I tell you, I didn't see Yamamoto coming back into that. Shade, it goes beyond shades of Bumgarner.
Very similar.
24 hours later, get him back out there. So
yeah, that was nuts.
Listen, desperate times, desperate measures. It was
100%
true. He was 100%. A worthy adversary for the Jays, and I'll tell you what. He was the appropriate choice for the MVP.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I mean, his arm was ready to fall off, don't you think?
I tell you what, hey, this is a good segue because now we're going to get into offseason predictions. And we all saw, guys, what pitching can do for a club. You got good damn pitching, man, and you're going to go for it. Glenn, the reason why the Giants did as well as they did was because of the damn pitching in the beginning of the season, period. End of story. Yep. It was the damn pitching. Armand, don't mean to pick on you, Armand, but the Mets, right? You guys had a lineup from hell. You guys had the lineup, but you guys scrimped on the pitching, and you guys were on the outside looking in. So this is going to be interesting to see how this offseason on what certain teams are going to do. But
when we did our preview, it seems like 3 months ago. Remember the preview show, Eric, opening day of the playoffs?
Yeah.
That seems like last season to me. But one of the comments I made, and I think everybody echoed it, to be honest with you, not going to take any credit for this, but we said there would be unsung heroes. There'd be players step in, especially the Jays, where now they're becoming household names. I said, people are going to leave this postseason saying, who's that guy? And we're going to see special moments. And speaking of pitching, I think the LA Dodgers kind of have a bit of a much more steady pitching staff now that you've got a postseason closer, maybe in that same role next year, Eric.
Maybe. I'm telling you, that's one thing. And we can preface that.
Offseason.
Right. Hey, Armand, we could all probably can agree that what the LA Dodgers will not be doing this offseason is getting a big starting pitcher. They don't need to. They're set, right? They'll get a closer.
Ohtani, Yamamoto, Snell, Glasnow. They got so much young pitching depth that was injured this season that's coming back.
Yeah.
Unless they decide – Sheehan came out of the bullpen, but yes, he's going to be in the rotation. Unless they decide to take some of that youthful pitching and decide to trade for another controllable star. Like, would it surprise if they called the Twins and overpaid for Joe Ryan?
No.
Or Pablo Lopez?
Hey, let's get into this because not only are we going to do free agents, we could get into some trades. All right, let's start right off the rip, guys. The biggest one for free agent, right? Kyle Tucker. Where is Kyle Tucker going to go? Glenn, you haven't been on for a while. You want to go first with Kyle?
And we're not going to get into. I don't know how much depth. Are we just going to give you the team?
I mean, if you want to just say
a little bit of reasoning.
Yeah, right.
Depth
there you go.
Of the contract. Well, I've got Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker is the second biggest move on my board, Eric. The second biggest move on my board. He goes to the Dodgers, a 9-year contract.
Woo! Okay. How much?
Dodgers find a way to get it done, whether that means they got to, play those same games as they did with Shohei, but they're going to invest their money and get the guy for probably $100 million, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what Dodgers do, guys. That's what they do. So I can see Tucker going there. And the Dodgers, they're not content winning 2 in a row, Eric. And like Armand just said, look at that pitching staff they've got. They plug in a few pieces. You get rid of a Conforto, you add a Tucker. All of a sudden, Eric, they become unbeatable again next year. And what a run they could be on. They could be on a run for a decade, Eric.
They could be.
They're
So I got him.
$87 million off the books.
Dodgers 9 years. What do you think, Armand?
Go for it.
They are the number 2 team for Kyle Tucker in my eyes.
Ooh.
I think they want to spend their money on the bullpen, most and foremost. Like that, I just said that $87 million is coming off the books with the guy like Conforto and all those guys. I think they're going to put that towards the bullpen to load up the bullpen. The number 1 team I'm putting Kyle Tucker on. Glenn, say it loud, say it proud.
Here it goes.
Canada. He's going to team with Vladdy.
Wow.
I can see that happening too. You know what?
And I'm going to give Kyle Tucker 10 years.
10? Wow.
Jesus, Eric, we haven't even gotten to Bo Bichette yet. Holy cow. He's opened up the flood.
Wow.
He's working with Mets payroll money. You know, let me fill you in on
God.
something, Armand. The Mets owner isn't a shareholder in the Jays. You know, he doesn't have do they have?
Oh, but they got the Rogers. They got the Rogers Corporation. That's buku bucks.
Oh yeah,
up in
Rogers,
Canada.
Rogers Sportsnet. You know
We
what?
got a lot
Eric,
of money.
Eric, when you own the biggest cellular network in Canada, and you own the biggest sports TV network in Canada, and you own the Jays, I mean, what else do you need?
Right?
Insane. I said Kyle.
You need
Tucker
Kyle
to the
Tucker.
Blue
That's what you
Jays.
need. What do you think,
Yeah.
Eric?
What do I think? You ask, what do I think?
Uh-oh. So, Eric, that is my first time seeing that beautiful presentation you put together.
You like
Why
that?
do I feel like it was put together by you in conjunction with the Nintendo Corporation?
By the way, I have another hype video that's coming out a little bit later tonight. Another one.
Oh!
There's another one. There's another one. But why not? Right?
I don't think I
And
can
here I
handle
go.
it.
Here I
I'm
go
thicker.
again. Look, it's are they gonna sign him? I don't. 12 years, 450. But you know what you do? You defer. You got to defer. This, I'm going to tell you something right now. Both Armand, I think you're going to agree, Glenn. This may be the last year that the MLB is going to allow the massive amount of deferrals. They're watch the CBA. They're going to go, all right, you know what? If you want to pay for these guys, you got to freaking pay.
Yeah.
You got to pay. None of this wait until 10 years and then you can pay. So Giants, take advantage of it. Do that deferral and go get them. That's like $37.5 million a year. Defer half of it and invest it into a Franklin Templeton annuity, right?
Also, you know what you could do is give them a big ass signing bonus because that doesn't have to go into the luxury tax.
Yep.
Eric, we can sprinkle it in during our picks, or we can wait to the end. But you brought up a great talking point, which could be a show in itself, and that is the old deferrals. Are you going to see teams that are like, Jesus, we got to get all in on this bandwagon? Or are you going to see teams that are timid because there could be a lockout strike, whatever the case may be? Which side of the fence are some teams going to be on?
Yeah, and that's going to be fun to watch to see how it plays out.
And I have some news about that too.
All right.
But Armand Eric has no trouble spending Giants money here. So just warning you.
None at all.
I don't have to look. It's not our money. We're just fans.
Exactly.
There you
All right,
go.
here we go. The second biggest free agent, I guess we could say.
I'm just writing them down, Eric. Who did Armand have him going to? The
Blue Jays,
Blue Jays.
10
So
years.
you got the Jays. Okay, I got the Dodgers, and Eric's got the Giants. All right.
Gigantes. Okay.
I'm keeping notes.
Framber Valdez. Armand, you take this one first. What you think?
I've been a Framber fan for a long time. He's top of the line.
Yeah.
This is where I think he's gonna go. I would love for him to be a Met. I just don't see the Mets signing him.
Correct. I was thinking the same.
He's going to the Blue Jays. They're
Oh,
losing Bassett.
shit.
They're losing Bassett. They're losing Scherzer. They need a starter. They need a top end starter. You can't.
Man, so are you saying they're going to be the Dodgers East? Holy shit.
That they can.
Well, it could be a battle of the
Brinks.
Brinks trucks, right? I mean, the money is up. Look at the Jays and the Dodgers. They're the teams that are willing to spend, it looks like.
Team USA, the Yankees don't need Framber. They have enough of pitching from the guys.
They got Fried and Cole coming back.
They got Fried, they got Cole, they got Rondon, they got Hill coming back, they got Schlittler, they got
Cam Schlittler, man. How did we forget about him?
They got enough of pitching. I think if they
forget
were
that
to add
name.
pitching, they would trade for a controllable guy like a Joe Ryan or Pablo Lopez. I don't think they would sign a free agent.
Wow. All right. Glenn, you want to go with Framber?
Framber. I hope you see my logic. And some of these, I'm sure you guys will do the same. Some of these you might say, whoa, that's off the board. But I think some of these could be surprises. And at the end of the day, maybe not surprises at all. I got Valdez going to the team that I thought needed a little bit more pitching. They need a little more because they were like the Blue Jays of the Midwest. They got the bat on the ball and they had speed, and that's the Milwaukee Brewers, Eric. And I think he signs there for 5 years.
Ooh, wow. Okay. Interesting.
I like the out-of-the-box thinking.
Interesting. And you know where I think he's going to go? It's a team that suffered with pitching last year. It's a team in the AL East. And this one's going to be a shocker, but it's going to be whether or not they want to spend that money. Supposedly they come out and said they want to spend money. Baltimore Orioles, I think, will sign Framber Valdez. 7 years, maybe around $30 million a year, I think, somewhere around there. I think because they don't have an ace, right? That's one thing that I don't think the Baltimore Orioles, they don't have an ace.
Grayson Rodriguez is hurt.
Right.
Zach Eflin's a free agent.
Right.
They got, they do need pitching.
They need pitching. And look, that guy he's going to be their ace. And they got the young talent in the lineup. They need the pitching. And I still think that maybe they go out there and get Framber. There we go. How about that one, huh?
Well
How about that one? Next one. What do you think the next one would be? Bo, you want to go Bo or Schwarber? I'll let you guys. What you guys think? Go Bo Bichette?
I'll go Bo.
Okay, let's go Bo.
Armand, you take this one off the get-go.
Okay, so from what I've read, a lot of teams are looking at Bo at second base and third base because obviously his defense is not great at short.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, from a lot of the news I've read, from a lot of teams cutting payroll, I'm going to go out of the box. And I'm putting Bo Bichette on my New York Mets as their new second baseman.
Ooh.
Better reel him back in there.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
He's going fishing early.
Yeah.
He's going fishing early, Eric.
Oh my Lord.
Holy cow.
Wow.
I'm giving him a 6-year deal, but I'm giving him, he has an opt-out after 2 years. So he can, if he plays well enough.
Because he's young enough to do that.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. Holy crap.
And the way he hits the ball and hits for contact, the Mets need that.
Wow. Woo! Gosh dang, Armand. He's come out with some doozies. Glenn, What do you got?
I'm jumping on the bandwagon with Armand, and no, I'm sorry, it's not the New York Mets. He stays in Toronto for 9 years, Eric. He does not want to leave. He has played at A ball, double A ball, triple A ball with the manager and one Mr. Vladdy Guerrero. Those two, Bichette, Guerrero, are going to be inseparable, I believe, in their entire career. They go long-term, 9 years. He stays. How do you let him get away, especially if the kid wants to play there, Eric?
Glenn, I cannot disagree. I think his BFF is Vlad. They came up, kept up 2 months apart. They came up. They've been playing together for forever. You want
to laugh? Jim Bowden, who writes for The Athletic, in his recent article, because this was talked about today on Foul Territory.
I saw that. Yeah,
he said Bo Bichette to the Colorado Rockies.
Get out of here, the Colorado Rockies. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Of course,
that's ridiculous.
Armand, that's why people watch Giant Sports Talk Live.
Yeah.
I think he stays in Toronto. I think they love him there. He came up with the organization. I could see them both getting. Now you said Frember and Tucker. I see them Tucker and Bichette. I could totally see that. All right, then
I think if they re-sign Bo, they don't go after Tucker. I think they would do the pitching, like it'd be Bo.
Oh, okay.
And you know what, Eric? A lot of guys, probably at some point, the three of us, but there are going to be a lot of guys who make these projections, whether it be other channels, television, the MLB network, what have you, radio. There are a lot of teams, they're going to sign the guy right back. I mean, you can hit free agency, but there are teams that aren't going to want to let go of certain players, and I think Bo's it. I'm all over it with you, Eric.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Oh my gosh, I would love.
We're off to a wild start.
I want him on the Giants. I just don't think the Giants are going to do that. I mean, because they're going to get Kyle Tucker. But next one, I guess, is Kyle Schwarber. Right, he's the next, I guess, bigger free agent. I think he would be above Ranger Suarez. Yeah. What do you think Kyle Schwarber does? Let me go first. I think he sticks with the Phillies. I think the last game when they played against the Dodgers. I mean, of course they all say that, but he seemed pretty genuine that he really loved the guys that he plays with. He loves the organization. I think the Phillies, because look, the Phillies need that bat in there. There's no doubt about it, because how do you replace that? He hit over. Did he hit 50? Did he get to 50, or was he in the 40s? I can't even remember. Did Kyle Schwarber? I think he.
What's the term? How many years do you think they come to, Eric?
You know what? He's not that old either, is he? He's
like 33. He's 33.
I could see them giving him a 4-year deal. 4-year deal, maybe $20 million a year, something like that, as a DH. Somewhere around there, right? 80 million. Actually, it's probably going to be more than that. He's probably
56, 240, 56, 132.
Oh, he's getting more than. I'll take it back. He might be getting closer to 25.
Right now, he's 32. In March, he'll be 33.
Yeah, holy shit.
This is his last contract.
Right. 120 says insane. That sounds more. 30 million a year. Yeah, 30 million a year. Yeah, I could totally see that insane. Holy shit, 56 home runs, man. Glenn, where do you think Schwarber goes?
Eric, this is why Giant Sports Talk Live remains the highest rated online program. I've got him staying with the Phillies. It's a 5-year deal. Armand just said, I believe it was Armand there, said, you know what, this could be his last contract. They're going to go long at 5 years. I was thinking 30. I'm thinking a 150 to 155-ish. Make it 150. 30 a year. He stays for 5 years. And this is riding on the heels of what we just talked about with Bo Bichette. You don't want to let him go, Eric. If you're 56 home runs, he ain't leaving.
56.
You have him locked in the basement, Eric, and you ain't letting him out till opening day.
Exactly. And Armand, before you get to you, there was another Philly that is very similar to Schwarber. You remember who that was? The guy from the left swung a big stick. He put the dagger in the Dodgers back in 2008. Remember him, Glenn? Who does he remind you of?
Who, Schwarber?
Schwarber? Bats from the left. Big bat. Likes to hit home runs. Wants to kill the Dodgers.
Oh, I would say Matt Stairs myself.
Hey, how about that? Armand, what do you got? Where do you got Schwarber going?
So I've been contemplating Schwarber, and a few months ago I was thinking, man, he's from Ohio. He grew up a Reds fan.
Here we go.
This would be the time
Oh
for the Cincinnati Reds to finally pony up some money.
It's a good thing I'm keeping notes. I would never remember some of these picks.
And then,
wow,
a few weeks ago, their front office came out and said that their payroll is staying about the same. Their payroll this year was 139. So let's round up to 140. They are not signing Kyle Schwarber. But I am having him return to an old famous stomping ground. I am having Kyle Schwarber go back to Boston.
Really? Wow. At first I thought you were going to say the Cubs. Wow. That would be interesting. Holy sh! But if he goes to the Reds, you know how many home runs? Yeah, Aaron lost. He would hit 90 in freaking Great American Ballpark. Holy shit.
It's hard. It's hard when you find out who's cutting payroll, which payroll is staying the same. It's hard to really give a prediction.
Why wouldn't you do that, though, as a Reds? You got the pitching.
Yes.
You got Lodolo. You got Green. You got Ashcraft. Dude, you got a line. Just go get that thumper, man. Oh, wow. That would be something.
He's one of those players on the list. He's probably the player on the list, Eric. I mean, there are good ones we already talked about, but there's no reason why every freaking GM isn't lined up to make an offer on that guy.
Yeah, he's a freaking.
Let the best man win, because you open up the Brinks truck for a guy like that. He's a one of a kind. I said back when they could have got him cheap, Eric, we're talking about what, about 16, 17? I said the Giants should have been all over him with that McCovey Cove. That would be so enticing. And I mean, he went to, who'd he go to? Cubs, I believe it was. So I just think every team should be lined up for him.
He started up with the Cubs.
Yeah.
He started up with the
Then
Cubs.
he went to the Boston. Then he went to,
Yeah, and I was surprised the Cubs didn't go all in on him at the time too. Like I thought when he was leaving the Cubs, I thought every team should have been on board, and the Cubs should have just with the same situation we're talking about now. Why would the Cubs let him go? But that's yesteryear, so let's just keep it.
Yeah, they let a lot of people go. Chris Bryant, Javi Baez, Rizzo, and then of course Schwarber. Yeah, they let.
Yes, Eric, but those teams always seem to be competitive.
Yeah, I know. Ranger Suarez, pitchers for the Phillies. Glenn, where do you think Ranger?
You guys started off. I got to find him on my list. He might be up here. Oh, you want me to go? Let me start this one off. Ranger Suarez, a 5-year contract.
Okay.
Toronto Blue Jays.
Ooh, okay.
5 years, Toronto. I don't even get into the money. Just 5 years is the length of the contract.
$25 million a year.
I think that's a perfect landing spot for him. And I'm just trying to. I mean, I could get none of these right as you guys, right? But I'm trying to feel out like my Milwaukee pick. This pick. I'm trying to pencil in where they are the perfect fit, whether it's
that's fair.
Gets them,
that's fair.
But I think Toronto would be a good fit for him. Toronto wants to spend the money. He's out there for the taking at 5 years, Eric.
Wow, that's pretty good because it fits a need. It fits a need. Armand, Rangers.
The thing that worries about me with Ranger is his injury history, especially with his back. But he is a dog. He is a guy I would really like to see in a Mets uniform. But Eric, you used Framber to Baltimore. I'm using Ranger Suarez to Baltimore.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting. And I think Ranger Suarez, I agree with the 5-year deal, sticks with the Phillies. They have to, because the Phillies are still in their window right now. They're still in there. You still got Harper. You still got Trey Turner. You still got who else is out there?
They got they're going to
Wheeler.
Wheeler's hurt, but he'll be back at some point. Yep. But they also got Andrew Painter, who's one of the top pitchers.
That's prospects.
Right. So I don't like you. They could bring him back, and maybe they go 6-man, and Painter is the 6th guy until Wheeler comes back, or is like in the rotation until Wheeler comes back.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Who would be the next one? Dylan Cease, would you think would be the next guy up? would you say?
Bregman.
Bregman. What am I thinking? Yeah, he opted out.
He was my number one. He was my number one most
Oh,
coveted.
that's good. Okay, you're ready to go. Go for it, Glenn. Bregman.
Bregman goes to the Detroit Tigers on a 6-year contract.
Oh, gonna go back with AJ, huh?
Yeah. And again, simply because, Eric, it fits Detroit's need.
Okay.
It fits their need. I say they got
Who's their third baseman for Detroit, anyways?
They had like Matt Verling and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they've bounced the last 2 or 3 years. They've just gone through kind of no-name third baseman. They had that guy that went to Sacramento, remember? His name escapes me, but yeah, you're right on, Armand. But I think they're weak at third. Bregman. I think Detroit, it's just a perfect land. And that's how I'm trying to come up with my picks. Perfect landing spots for teams and their needs.
You know, and I don't know where Bregman's going to go. I thought he would stay in Boston, but the more I think about it, they don't want to pay these guys, man. Right? They don't want to pay them.
No, Boston doesn't want to pay.
And I kind of like
as
your
much
idea.
As I put Schwarber there for fun, but realistically, I could see, because I know they said they need a middle of the order right-handed hitter. Realistically, I could see Boston signing Gino Suarez. Play a little bit of first when Casas coming back from injury. He really can't play third, but he could DH. Like, to me, I know people have said Alonso to Boston. Guys, I sent just before we keep going, I sent Eric a video from an ESPN guy. And in the video, and Glenn, this is going to piss you off, John Henry, the Red Sox owner, Hal Steinbrenner, the Yankees, and Tom Ricketts are aligning themselves. This has come from the video from the ESPN guy. They are aligning with the small market teams, and they want a salary cap.
Interesting.
And that's why the Yankees are not the Yankees no more, and that's why the Red Sox are not the Red Sox no more.
Wow.
Well, I'm all in for salary cap.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Overpaid already.
I say make it a little bit more. Well, this is the discussion we could probably start having. Yeah, I'm not gonna. That's way down the road.
Having a cap is not going to change owners from spending.
Where do you think Bregman goes, Armand? Where do you think? That Detroit is pretty good.
If they're not going to pay Skubal, I don't see them paying Bregman.
Okay.
And I think they also got a little bit hurt that he didn't take their deal last year. And I'm going to do this one. I think Bregman is a Met, and he's our third baseman. I have Bregman and Bichette for the new Mets infield.
Good Lord. That would be, God, the Mets, man. See, I think about this, and I in the back of my mind, you know where I am in the back of my mind, where the Giants are and all this. So, my God, dude. My God. Oh, you know what? You know who we forgot too? Pete Alonso. Let's go, Armand, since the polar bear.
Wait a sec. Hold on. What, did you even do Bregman yet? Where do you got Bregman going?
I'm just going to go with Detroit because honestly, I don't know.
You guys are jumping all over the place. I can't keep track of my notes here anymore. I'm throwing them out. I'm just sticking to my pick.
There you go. Polar bear. Since he was a Met, came up a Met, where does he stay a Met? I'll just say, I think he stays a Met.
Realistically, I do think he stays a Met. Realistically, but that's not going to be my prediction today.
Well, then go for it.
Oh, boy. I don't see this team spending the money, and they had a hell of a run in the playoffs. They have a hell of a pitching staff. Pete Alonso goes to Seattle.
Seattle. Oh, my gosh. So he replaces Bo at first? Or not Bo.
Naylor. He replaces Naylor.
Wow.
You pair him with Cal Raleigh.
Wow. Where do you think, Glenn? Polar bear. Dilly's favorite.
It's funny. In his last little monologue there, Armand threw out the name John Henry. I think he gets serious and says, come on over to Boston for 5 years.
Wow. Okay.
You know, they kind of dicked you around last year. You didn't know where you were going. Like, did we really know where he was going until almost opening day, Eric? Well, nobody knew. Were the Mets serious? He went back. He was kind of a last-minute signing there. I think somebody jumps in like Boston, says, come on over 5 years, kind of ride out your career for a little bit with us. And most of mine, I think I haven't been getting all you guys your lengths. A lot of my picks so far are long-term deals, like 5.
Yeah, they're
6,
all going to be
9.
long-term. They're all going to be long-term.
Pete's
We whittle them down.
Pete is seeking a 7-year deal. He's not going to get a 7-year deal. A few years ago, when Billy Epler was the general manager for the Mets,
He'll probably get 5, huh?
They offered him a 7-year deal, and he rejected it.
That's crazy.
I think
That's
he'll take
crazy.
5 now. What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, I
do
think he'll
think-
take 5 now.
I think
he'll
he'll take 5. My personal preference, if he was to re-sign with the Mets, 4 years, 120. And I would tell him he could be the everyday first baseman until he proves that he can't be the everyday first baseman.
Okay,
Well,
interesting.
my thought process was simply that Rafael Devers, hell of a bat. The Red Sox wanted a big bat there at first base, and he, they were squawking back and forth. I'm not playing there, and there was shenanigans. I think they need a first baseman with power, and that's their guy.
Yep. And exactly with the big, we're talking about the big guy. Look, there's going to be guys out there getting 2 and 3 year deals, right? We're talking about the big guys. All the big guys.
There's going to be guys out there in February that are going to get the opt-out type of deals. Because remember, the WBC is happening next year.
Yes.
In February. So
We're only like 5 players in. Of course they're long. We'll whittle them down. We'll get into, I've got 2 years, 1 year.
Yeah, exactly. Bellinger. Let's not forget Bellinger. Where the hell does Bellinger go?
You start this one off, Eric. Why don't you take Bellinger?
I think look, and this is easy. I think he sticks with the Yankees. Why wouldn't you? He's got great numbers in Yankee Stadium, and the Yankees need an outfielder, right? They're not bringing up Spencer Jones yet, are they?
that he's 24. I mean,
But is he ready? That right? Is he?
You don't know unless you play him.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
I
think
agree
he's
with
the-
Eric. My prediction is Bellinger back to the Yankees on a 6-year deal.
Ooh, wow.
That's supposedly he's looking for 6 years.
Good north.
Interesting.
Wow. That's something. Where do you think, Glenn? Bellinger.
Eric, when I put on my thinking cap, which usually I don't have to do, thought about this. I thought about this one long and hard today, which I shouldn't say on the show, long and hard, but I did. And here's what I think, Eric. You threw out the name Dalton Varsho and how his bat is quiet on that team that hits in Toronto. I think they're going to land Bellinger on another 5-year deal. He's going to Toronto, solidify that outfield.
So you're telling me Blue Jays they're blowing off the locks, right?
They got the money, and I mean, Eric, I keep my ear close to Rogers Sportsnet. I knew it was coming again.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what Eric, they got the money.
They do.
No,
that's a fact. And there you go.
They got a taste of it, Eric. They got a taste of it. And they feel they can compete with the Dodgers with the team they had. Let's make it better, and hey, sky's the limit.
Look, they got the money, they have the resources, and they have the will. And that's dangerous, because that's being the Los Angeles Dodgers, right? You have the resources and you have the want. And if both of those are aligned, well, you're going to be doing something special. Wow. So you got Tucker, Ranger Suarez, and Cody Bellinger going to the Blue Jays.
And re-signing Bo for 9 years.
My God. You're talking over $1 billion.
And we're just getting going, Eric. It's going to be, we're going for about 25 rounds here.
Oh my God.
I noticed nobody, well, you're the only, you're the outcast, Eric. I don't see many Giants on our list here, but keep it going. Keep it going.
Nope. Oh, well, no. Yeah, I got Tucker. I got the biggest one going to the Giants, man.
Yeah, well, that's where, we all know where that's with your heart. That's because you did that video. There's no change.
Hey, I can't. Yeah, exactly. I can't freaking abandon
too much
it,
work
man.
into it. I should have changed my mind now.
Yeah, exactly. I was already thinking about that today with some of the news that I've been hearing. I was like, man, I think I boo-booed.
What about you? Did you give us your pick? Where do you think Bellinger's going? Armand?
I think he's going back to the Yankees on a 6-year deal.
Oh, yeah, you both got Yankees. I'm going Toronto again. I think Toronto, Eric, I think they got that taste of what it was like.
Fair. That's
and
fair.
Really, we always listen. When I was down in Mexico, for all of about 5 minutes, to be honest with you, I looked over the rosters. You know, the Blue Jays were that Cinderella team, Eric, because really that roster, Eric, it really didn't stack up here. It kind of got the job done. They were like a blue collar team, you know, wearing the flannel and the work boots, blue collar, man.
Yeah.
But they need depth, and that's why I got some of these big bats going there. And again, a good pitcher. So
can I choose the next player to go?
Go for it. Yeah.
I want to go a little bit out of the box. Yeah. Let's do catcher JT Realmuto.
Ooh. You know, someone, I can't remember who it was, had him going to the Giants. I can't remember who had him, but I was like,
that's if they got rid of Patrick Bailey.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
That's not happening.
And Realmuto's bat was cold this year.
It was bad.
So I'm gonna put Realmuto on a 3-year deal, and I could see him going back to Philly. But I just used this team with Eric. He's gonna be the starting catcher for the New York Yankees.
Ooh, shit! That's pretty freaking good, man.
It's good.
I didn't even think about Realmuto. To be honest with you,
I have him on my list, but I got to go to the Phillies 3 years.
Staying with the Phils, yeah.
I think you said that, Armand. 3 years.
I said 3 years with the
could
Yankees,
be Phillies. I think he just stays in Philly. I think he's one of those players, Eric. You know that like our fan base fall in love with. He's a Philly.
It seems like that. He just has that. Right when he went to the Phillies, he just seems like a Phillies guy.
And remember all the hullabaloo to get him? Oh, he was a big free agent a few years ago, and they went all out to get him. So I think they keep him.
That was a 6-year deal. Because I know
from Miami,
right? Because the Mets fan base and WFAN went all up in arms because that year we signed James McCann, who was coming off a career from the Tigers, and Sandy Alderson at the time, because he was vexed about it, because we jumped straight to McCann. He was ex, why not Realmuto? And at the time, Realmuto in his camp, his agent, I forgot who it was. They told him they were taking all this into January. And at the time, Realmuto, then it was McCann, and then there's a bunch of crap after those at the time of the free agency. So Sandy was thinking, we can't wait till January. Because if McCann signed early like he did with the Mets on that 4-year deal, and let's say Realmuto signed with the Phillies in January, the Mets are back against the wall. They have no catcher. So I understood Sandy's reasoning, like, why should we wait all the way to January for somebody and we're not guaranteed to get him? And especially at the time, it was only him and McCann as the top 2 free agent catchers. And there's a drop off, obviously.
Right. Gosh, I can't think of where else he would go as a catcher. You know, Cubs, Brewers, no. Cincinnati.
I got out of the box thinking. Remember how last year I came on here and said the A's were forced to spend money? That's why they signed Severino.
Yeah, correct.
Well, the other team that might be forced to spend money because they might be violating that rule, Miami.
Oh, Miami though has already said they're going big.
Yeah, they said they were going to spend money.
It's all because they gotta not violate that rule with the revenue
otherwise they
sharing.
Lose their revenue sharing. Yeah,
and then the players' union can file a grievance.
Yeah.
So I could see him going back to Miami, but like I said before, when it came to the A's, I said, don't be surprised if they shop Severino or trade him at the deadline.
Right.
They were shopping him.
Shopping him.
I could see the Marlins sign a Realmuto or some name you don't think of, and then they're out of the playoffs in July, and then they trade away that player.
And even though I've got him going back to the Phillies, Eric, and Armand 3 years, I think there's a comfort level. He just oozes Philly. I wouldn't sign. I had him in my fantasy league, and not that fantasy is the be all and end all, but his bat was not much better than Bailey, Eric, last year.
It was bad. He was on IL for a little while too, wasn't he? His knee, right? Yeah, he had a bad knee. Yeah. He's had a bad knee the last couple of years.
He's up there in age. That's why with Glenn, I like Glenn's prediction for the Phillies, but I could see him agreeing to a 2-year deal with the Phillies, where I think other teams like the Yankees, Marlins, he would want 3 years.
Well, let me ask you that, Eric. Armand, I was thinking that in the back of my mind. I was going to ask you a minute ago. a team like Miami or Colorado, those, the Pirates, if they come in and go, 5-year deal, do you think he goes long-term? For me, I don't know how you guys feel. If I was still, if I could play, I want to go where I know I got a chance. Who wants to go to the Pirates?
Right.
Well,
like guys do, but they do.
I could see him turning down the Rockies, but I could see him with Miami because of the pitching they have. I could also see him going to Pittsburgh because of Skeens and the pitching that the Pirates have.
Yeah, but Skeens is leaving there anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Not this year.
Yeah, he's out of there. That's
you see all that talk. He wants to be a Yankee or some shit.
Yep.
Well, did you read that article? Because in that article, so in that article, it stated that last year, Skeen supposedly hinted that he wants to play for his childhood team. You know where he's from? He's from Orange County, California. He grew up an Angels fan. He grew up a Mike Trout fan. He has an order as a kid. He met Mike Trout and got his autograph. So I'm not believing that article. I don't believe that article. I don't believe that the former teammate said that. Not the Angels. Artie Moreno is dumb enough to do something.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, but that's meandering right down that same road. If you're him, like, what's I know I wouldn't want to sign for the Angels, but that's just me.
I'll say this. If they don't trade him, the closer he gets to free agency, just like a lot of top stars do, especially Pete Alonso, when they get closer to free agency, do you know what they do? If they don't have him as the agent, they fire their agent and hire Scott Boras. And that will be execution to Pittsburgh.
Really? Skeens is a Pirate, Eric. When you
right now,
the Angels are much better.
No,
right the frying pan into the fire.
Like you said, right now he is. But it's going to happen every year. If you don't think it's going to happen in July, if they're out of it, do they trade Skeens now at the deadline? He'll be the best pitcher, controlled. He'll get the most package, whether now or even at the deadline.
And here's the thing with Skeens, and I'm going to use Scooble, all right? And the reason why I'm using these two, both Cy Young Award winners, one of them with a shit ton of controllability, the other guy with absolutely no controllability. So Skeens could get a bag, right? I'm talking about as far as the trade. He could get a bag either now or he could get a bag at the trade deadline. Scooble is going to get the bag now because you got a whole year, because at the trade deadline, his value is going to drop because of the time frame, 2 months, right? You get
you would need the Tigers to have a Pirates catastrophic type of crash and burn to sell.
Yes.
But these rumors coming out of the GM meetings that they're asking for like your firstborn child and or they're saying they're not trading him. It's all hogwash.
They're gonna what, Eric?
We have to keep this to the winter meetings.
I don't want to neglect the chat, Eric, but you know me. I'm fresh off my vacation. I got to jump in now, Eric. Oh, where was it? It jumped up one. Skeens will never be an Angel. Yeah, well.
Never say never.
Yeah. Well, who thought that Shohei Ohtani would be playing there for the first
4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
Was it 5 or 6? Something
so
like that?
Never say never. Yep. You're right on the money there, Armand. But you know what? We better speed it up, guys. We're only about 8. Geez, I got a long list here.
We could talk about somebody else. Dylan Cease. He's another big free agent pitcher. Where does Dylan Cease go? Oh, I don't like Dylan Cease. There's something last year. He wasn't. I know he's got a hell of a slider, but he just was caca. To be nice, he was caca.
He's sort of become a middle of the road, isn't he?
Who would need a pitcher like that?
I'll jump in. I got Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease signs a 4-year contract. Pretty much finishes off. I think it'll finish off his career. Another 4 years, Eric. And I think team we've all forgotten about thus far. And the team that sort of surprises you with a player like this. He goes to the Texas Rangers.
I don't know.
They're never silent. They always sneak in and pull one
that's
off.
true.
But they are one of the teams that are cutting payroll.
Yeah, that's what they said. Now, we'll see. I mean,
it's how much payroll they cut, and if they put it back in. It's not.
You know what they may wind up doing? Armand, you know what? They may trade DeGrom and sign Dylan Cease. That could happen. You're
You got him
saving
on
money.
payroll. I got him on my list. You're signing 4 guys. So, Jesus, tells you what I know. Oops.
I think so. Before I make my prediction for Cease, in my honest opinion, he should accept a qualifying offer.
Ooh, go back to
Go back to San Diego.
That's a lot of money. 22 million.
And I know the news of them being up for sale, but think about this: if you're San Diego, if him or Michael King accept a qualifying offer, that gives you right now a trade chip to trade either now, well, hopefully now, or at the deadline. But I think AJ Preller and his wackiness would trade him now if he accepted the qualifying offer. Just like you know how we said like trading Scooble now for getting a whole season. I think Dylan Cease should accept the qualifying offer. But my prediction, I'm going to give this team a second starter. Baltimore.
Ooh, okay. So Ranger Suarez and Dylan Cease for you.
To the Orioles on a 5-year deal.
Well, they showed last year they need it.
Yeah.
Wow. I like what MR is saying. Going to the Cubs. Because the Cubs need another starting pitcher.
I don't see it.
Because you don't see it? They need, because I know Steele will come back later in the season, I think. Because he had Tommy John. And you're losing Shota. And that's another guy we can
I think he's another guy. I think he's another guy that should accept a qualifying offer.
That's fair. That's fair.
So just to give everybody, there's 13 players that have gotten the qualifying offer. Next Wednesday, the 18th is the deadline for these players to accept or reject. So like I said, I think Dylan Cease, Michael King, Imanaga, Brandon Woodruff, I think those guys should accept a qualifying offer. I even think Zach Gallen should accept it for the season he's coming off of.
Right. That makes sense. What about this Japanese guy coming from Japan, Amai? Where do you think Amai?
Is that Murakami?
No. That was the bat. This is the pitcher.
27-year-old starter.
I don't even have him. I didn't put him on my list.
Where do you think he goes, Armand?
I'll set this round out.
Sure.
Unfair of me to just. I'm not going to throw it hard.
I'm bringing him to Queens.
The Mets.
Here's why.
Of course he is.
David Stearns. he doesn't want to give 30-year-old or older starting pitchers long-term deals, especially in free agency. The only guy he ever gave a long-term offer to was Yamamoto, and that's because he was 25. And then Yamamoto took that deal, went to the Dodgers, and said, if you match this offer, I will sign with you. And that's what he did. Or else Yamamoto would be a Met. Yeah, Amaya is 27 years old. I can easily see David Stearns handing out a 6 to 7 year deal for Amaya at 27 years old. And that's why deal is 7 years for Amaya as a Met.
Wasn't the last big pitcher they signed? It was a 5-year deal, wasn't it?
Yeah, Singa.
He signed for 5.
That's what they all seem to sign for.
But that was because he's up there in age too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then he's going to the Giants.
Well, no. Amaya's 27, Glenn. But that's funny.
Yeah, that's good.
My God. We'll get to that. Hey, we're going to get to that stage of this little drama.
Oh, man. Amaya, you know what? I think he's going to go to the Phillies. Because I think they lose. I think they – well, did I say – no, I said
Rangers. You said Ranger will go back.
Yeah, I did. I think they might sign him because I don't know what's the status on Wheeler.
He should be back by May.
Because who else do they have? You got Christian, right? He's good.
You got Sanchez. You got Luzardo. You got Nola. You got Painter, the top prospect.
Yeah, never mind. Not the Phillies.
I don't
know.
He played well in September, didn't he, Armand?
Who?
The young guy, Painter. Is that how you say his name?
He didn't. I don't think he didn't pitch.
I thought he threw a couple of games in September.
I don't know.
A lot of people think he's going to be a Giant. I don't know if he's going to be a Giant. I don't know if he's going to be a Giant. I don't know. I'm gonna go bold with the San Francisco Giants, but we're not there yet. You already know, Armand. You got a heads up.
I got something for you guys.
I'll
say it now. I think you guys are going to trade for Kodai Senga.
You think we're going to trade for Kodai, huh?
I think you're going to have Max Scherzer and Kodai Senga.
Are we going to do this already?
Geez, I was saving Scherzer as my go-home special.
Oh!
Get out of Dodge.
Shit. You really want to know? You really want to know who the Giants are going to get? You really want to know? Let me find it. You guys are going to love this one. It's so far out there, but why not? It's that time of the year.
As I said before, we're most definitely open to trying to add some arms that we think are going to help us on the starting side.
There you go, baby. Kyle Tucker, Tariq Skubal to the Giants. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. You want to go bold? That's what you do. That's what you do. You go bold. Bye-bye, Bryce.
Giant Sports Talk Live, your home of the hype video. That's what we are.
Hi, Mark. I just want to say hi to Mark, my fellow Met brethren.
Hey, what's up, Mark?
By the way,
Hey,
somebody
Mark.
in the chat asks if I'm a Yankee fan or Met fan. I am a Met fan.
Oh, my God.
And I am a disappointed and pissed off Met fan.
And you know what's interesting? Hey, you're talking about that Bowden article, right? Or Bowden? What did he say? No one wants to hold on, or everyone wants to hold on to their prospects. So what's the one thing the Giants have that they could use? You got the number 12 in the MLB top 100 pipeline. Number 1, of course, in the Giants. Make him your headliner, and then, hey, let's go. Go get freaking Skubal. Now, granted, it would, and I don't think it's going to take all that much because, to your point, remember, Armand, it's a 1-year rental. It's not like you're going to have to give up the farm, so to speak. You're going to have to give up pieces. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
remember, you asked me about that Steve Phillips deal. Was it for Skubal?
Mm-hmm.
I would only, like I said, I would only do that trade if Skubal was to agree to an extension.
An extension, yes.
I think the deal has to be similar to what the Corbin Burns deal was to Baltimore. A controllable starter like DL Hall, a controllable shortstop / infielder like Joey Ortiz, and a competitive balanced draft pick.
Yeah.
You know, Eric, we'll be here all night if we go through. I got a long list of guys who are going to sign 1 year. And there's so many free agents in the list. So what I'm going to do, Eric, I'm going to throw out a couple of
go for it. Do it.
A couple of Giants play. Let's do the Giants.
Okay, let's do that.
We just went down that road.
Yeah, let's go.
In the green room, a whole 59 minutes ago, Eric, you may recall I said to you, and I think I started the show with it. I said that I think this is another damned if you do, damned if you don't year for the Giants. They're going to add some player, but I mean, all speculation. Not just on Giant Sports Talk Live, but all over Major League Baseball, is that Max Scherzer's signing.
He's coming to the Giants.
Good Lord. Is that, again, how many times did you hear me in the offseason use this term last year? Is that the best we can do?
Right. That's the issue, right? You can't be doing that.
And keeping in line, again, so many guys are throwing. Do you notice, Eric, in the chat and around baseball, other teams as well, not just our fan base? Mm-hmm. Oh, we're going to sign this guy and this guy. But they're trying to plug him into positions we can't go out and get him. We don't need them. We don't have room for them.
Correct. You got to get the guy that fits a position. And
this is how bad an offseason I think it's going to be for the Giants, Eric. We're going to fill second base slot with guess who?
Who?
Mark it down. It's right up their financial. It's right up their pay scale.
Let's hear it.
Awesome, Kim.
Torres.
Gleyber Torres. I could see that.
And I just don't think that gets it. That doesn't slice the meat at the end of the day, Eric.
And look, if you get him in conjunction with, there's talk now. Let's talk a little Giants. Don't mean to go off script here a little bit, Armand, but we're going to get into a little bit of Giants. So did you hear the news coming out today? Cleveland Guardians want to trade Stephen Kwan. Okay.
Okay.
Now, The Giants could be in on this, and it might take an Eldridge to get a Quan because of how much control he's got. 2 years of controllability, and he's a great player in the outfield. He fits a need for the San Francisco Giants. So, Glenn, to your point, if the Giants trade for a Steven Kwan, I would be okay if you get a Gleyber Torres, but you also got to address the starting pitching. So this is what you could do. And you know how I talked about Tucker? Well, yeah, you got to pay Tucker up front, but you still can defer. Same thing with Skubal, but you don't have to pay him this year. You can wait till next year if you trade for him and then sign. But you could also do the deferments. Well, maybe not. We'll have to see how that works. But I mean, there's a way there. Or the Giants could do this, right? You could trade for a position player, and then you just don't. Then you just pay for a starting pitcher. So there's different ways the Giants can do this. It's not like the Giants. Right.
Eric, are we back down that road again? I don't know if you talked about it in my absence the last 2 weeks, but we're going back down that road if we're going to trade Eldridge again. I don't want Quan at that rate.
I don't think Quan is going to take an Eldridge.
I don't think it would, though, right?
I get where Eric's coming from because of the 2 years of control. But I also, you got to look at what the Guardians have at first base. They got Kyle Manzardo.
Yeah.
So they already have a first baseman.
Maybe they put him out in the outfield. Talking about Eldridge.
It might have to take. It might have to take. This might sting, but I think I could see you guys wanting to do it. It might take. The package might have to start with Landon Roop and Carson Wisenhunt.
And that's fine. If you're going to go out there and get a starting pitcher, right?
I'll use this as an example of a package that could get Quan, Roop, Wisenhunt, and Ramos. I'll say those three, and maybe another prospect in like the top one, like for Steven Kwan.
But you still got to fill an outfield position. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with the Ramos. I'm okay if Roop and Wisenhunt, and then maybe Bo Davidson. He's in our AA, and there's high hopes. Maybe you could do that.
I think the only way to success here is
Giants have to make a trade.
We got to make a trade.
Giants have to make a trade. You can hit one expensive one, maybe not one that's too expensive in free agency, but they're going to have to hit on a trade. If you're going to want to go out there and you want to compete within your division, and look, even within the league, Mets are going to be better. Braves are going to be better. Phillies are going to still be there. Dodgers are going to be there. Now, San Diego could be a wild card. They may be there. They may trade. But don't look. I'm going to tell you something right now. If the Padres trade Tatis, he's not going to come to the Giants. They're not going to trade with the Giants to get Tatis.
They're not trading him within the division.
No, they're not. The Arizona Diamondbacks are not going to trade Ketel Marte.
Come to Queens, baby. Come to Queens, Tatis. You can be our new third baseman. I'll love you forever.
There you go.
This show might make a shrine for me because the Mets traded for Tatis.
You know what he's doing right now, Armand? Armand's out on the launch pad, Eric.
There you go. Oh my gosh.
I know people give crap to Preller for giving out those ridiculous contracts, but you know who signed off on it? May he rest in peace. His Seidler, the owners.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they got to sign him off.
Yeah. Like owners in every sports league, owners have to sign off on contracts and trades, but especially Major League Baseball owners are meddling in everything. You know, they gotta. You know, I saw today Bob Nightingale put out another article today. And he kind of
that guy. It's hard.
I know. He's the one that put out Tatis. But because of he's heard from the financial issues of the Padres, and then obviously the statement from the Padres ownership yesterday kind of blew it up now. But now he's saying that a trade for Tatis or any of these contracts, maybe a Jackson Merrill or Machado, is that it would probably happen when new ownership comes in. So we can all dream about that happening now. But remember, Machado's new contract's backloaded. Bogart's contract's backloaded. Nobody wants to take those guys on because they're older.
Yes.
I think
Tatis,
if the Padres could get rid of certain contracts to help their salaries, it would be Darvish, it would be Musgrove, it would be Cronenworth, and it would be.
They can't get rid of Darvish because he's getting freaking elbow surgery. He's out for the whole year.
No, he has 3 years left on his contract. I'm just saying those would be the four. those would be the 4 ideal contracts if they could just say, hey, can we get rid of the contracts? Because they really want to build around Tatis, Merrill, and Manny.
I'm in the same boat as I was last offseason with San Diego, Eric. Everybody and their dog was saying, oh, they're in financial, the ownership, and, the family was fighting. And I said, don't sleep on the Padres, Eric.
Yeah.
They got pieces. And I'm going to say the same thing this offseason. If they were to make, and Preller, he's already proven, Eric. See, if you've got a proven track record, I can buy in. I think if he just makes a couple of moves, they're right back. They're up there with the Dodgers again, Eric. They're going to be fighting for, their playoff life again in the Western Division because they've got pieces. And all they got to do is sprinkle in a few.
Yeah, I know.
Never write off a team that has talent already, Eric.
No.
In the stable.
No.
And as far as the Mets and the Giants, we're kind of like, we're just
remember this, folks. Tatis would not be a salary dump. So it is going to cost you top prospects and major leaguers.
And you know what, Armand? When we do these kind of things and I read the chat, or we talk even the entire, whether it's the offseason or the regular season, and people talk about trades, you know what, Armand, they're always willing and eager to trade everybody else's top talent.
But not their own.
Exactly. And why? Like some of these names, like we were talking about guys like Bichette and Schwarber. I mean, they're free agents, right? Yeah. Why would you they're going to sign this here or there. Why would you even foster the idea of letting them go? Why would you, Stephen Kwan, why would, in my opinion, you just had the manager of the year 2 years in a row. You made the playoffs again. Why would you want to trade him? He's an all-star. Armand, he's an all-star. Why would you want to trade him? So, but again, the fan base is, this just in for the 214th time, Eric, since the postseason. Again, we're getting Kwan. I don't get it.
So why they would trade him? Because his money keeps going up for the years he has.
Arbitration every year, yeah.
Every year. And instead of waiting till he has 1 year left, you get more for him with 2 years left.
Correct.
Because remember, folks, when the Mets traded for
Take it easy, Mike.
When the Mets
I wouldn't be surprised if he starts the season. He's an Indian, whatever you call it.
Guardian. I agree. The reason why,
whatever that is,
when they traded Lindor, he had 1 more year left.
What's a Guardian? Guardian of the Galaxy?
Yeah, it's weird.
Lindor had 1 year left, and you remember that season was supposed to be the year of all the shortstops.
I remember that.
Lindor,
yes, it was.
Correa, and free agency.
Swanson, Turner, right? I think
not Swanson.
Seager.
It was Seager, Correa, Lindor. It might have
Swanson.
Wasn't Swanson because Swanson was under control or still in college.
I thought Swanson was part of all those.
No, because he just got signed to Chicago.
That's when you go, oh, damn. You want to be the big fish in that one position, and you're the guy in that position in the offseason. Not me and my six
That's
other
what happened
cronies.
to Adames last year. Adames felt he was the best shortstop, even though there wasn't very many, right? If I'm not mistaken.
So, Eric, I've got who did I say? Max, I don't even like saying it. Max Scherzer to the Giants.
Yeah, I think Max Scherzer.
Terrible.
I think we're all unanimous. Scherzer.
And then Verlander goes to Houston.
Ooh.
And we get Torres at second. And barring a big trade, I think the Giants are right back where we started again next year. We're a 500 team. But I will say this, Eric. How about this? On the other side of the ledger, I think one of the most talked about things this offseason for us at some point won't be who we're bringing in necessarily. I think Matos is gone. He's being traded, Eric. He'll be gone by December 31st.
I think there's going to be a few of those guys.
He's gone by Christmas. We'll look under the tree. No sign of him. He won't be there.
I think Luciano's probably going to be in that same boat, to be honest with you.
Well, as far as I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, they can't, I mean, they got to play him next year.
I think he has to be on the 26 man, right?
Yeah. So I just think he's gone. The fact we haven't used him, Eric, basically, I mean, there are guys who say, oh, we used him. He's not fit in, Eric. You're not going to fill a 26 man roster spot with this guy next year. He's had his chance. The team has as little a chance. I think he has failed he failed his opportunities at times, but then he shone at times too. But I blame the team for not giving him a full-time shot, Eric, at some point.
Yeah, I mean, the ownership has to take some blame for that. Really, they should have done a better job and develop them in the minor leagues.
I am hearing, my
So,
people are saying Luciano might get a shot still. They haven't get Buster doesn't give up on him, so who knows?
but he can't be on the roster, right?
Same thing, right?
He can't be on the roster. You want to put him on a 26 man?
You know what? I'd rather play him than get Gleyber Torres at second. Gee,
I love
Torres and Scherzer. Eric, if that's the best we do this offseason.
I said this a couple of nights ago. Actually, yeah. I'm tired of San Francisco Giants. The last 3 years. Let's see what we got in these young guys. Then that following, let's see what we got in these young guys. I'm tired of seeing, let's see what we got. How about we get some damn players that are ready to go for the entire season? I'm tired of
and take a shot too, Eric. Take a shot. Not mediocrity again.
Yes.
Just give me one. Roll the. I always said, Armand. I always say on this show since I joined Eric and we started this show last year. I've always said if they make a trade or they sign a free agent and you go big and it doesn't work, then at least you had the balls to pull the trigger. You took your chance and it didn't work out. But to sit idly by every year and go, Max Scherzer, he's what does Lou call it? The safe bet.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the safe bet. Here we're beating the drum all over again with that line, but it is, Eric.
I agree with you guys, and that's not talking about the Giants. It's not just a Giant issue; it's a Major League Baseball issue. Think about it. We because the Blue Jays had one of the magnificent runs, and even they gave Vladdy the extension that he deserved. We're using them to. Otherwise, we'd be using the Dodgers, my Mets, the Phillies. To an extent, the Yankees for making predictions. Folks, we have the Texas Rangers announcing cutting payroll. We have the Cincinnati Reds announcing that payroll is staying the same. And I'm only talking about player payroll. We have I sent Eric a list of everything.
Is he gone for the orange juice? Or is he pulling a Tommy D right now?
So funny, dude. God, we're beating
you had to be here, Armand.
Anticipation.
Yeah. Tommy's like, hold on.
70 players with opt-outs, options, whether club options, player options, whatever. 70. We have so many free agents. We didn't even talk about predictions for the Japanese guys, outside of Aime. We didn't predict for
Murakami. Yeah.
We didn't predict for Moto.
Real quick, let's kind of get back to
we got to do a part 2 to this.
I know. Where do you have Murakami, the Japanese hitter?
Yankees, the 6-year deal.
Ooh. Okay.
Don't you get him his first deal will be 6, wouldn't it?
He's 25. He might want a longer term deal.
To get him. You think usually the Japanese are 5 usually. That's what kind of the going rate with Japanese.
He's being posted.
Yeah. I think he's too heralded right now. He's no Jung-Hoo Lee, this guy, according to the scouts and everybody else. I think he goes to the big boys, the Yankees for 6.
Insane says he goes to the Mets. Do you think he goes? Do you think he's a Met there, Armand? No.
I think he's in. I think Stearns went to Japan to go watch him, and he hit a walk-off home run.
Oh wow!
The issue now, a lot of people have turned sour on him because it's come out. He has not hit a ball.
I heard that may be kind of fake news. Is it?
Yeah, because
it might be fake news.
He hasn't had success over 93 miles an hour.
See, I don't.
But this is the issue with Major League Baseball. You can look at so many statistics. You'll have some statistics that are good numbers, and some are bad numbers. I would take Murakami because of his age, and you could give an 8-year deal to get him. I am going to say Murakami. This is just for fun. I don't see them spending the money, but I'll just put him on here. You know what? I'm going to take the chance. He's going to be a Red Sox. He will be the Red Sox new first baseman.
Geez, short porch there for him, too.
Him and Schwarber. Because I predicted Schwarber as the DH there for...
Geez, you're going to have the Red Sox hitting 600 home runs next year. Holy cow.
Oh, who needs a first baseman?
That's the issue. Look at how many teams value first base. They really don't.
Now, Josh Naylor, it doesn't sound like he's going to come back to Seattle. That's another question. Where's Josh going to go? But
Guys, I got a list here, Eric. You're throwing names out. Ha-Sung Kim, he's going to go to the Yankees.
Ooh, you got him?
What?
I got
Second
Kenley
baseman?
Jansen to the Yankees.
Hold
Ooh.
on. Why?
I got
why
Harrison
don't
Bader
they-
to the Kansas City Royals.
Why Hassan Kenta? Why? Who's the second?
Arise.
Jazz.
Arise
Jazz
got a
is the
sign.
second baseman.
Seattle
Oh,
to the
yeah.
Cubs.
I forgot about Jazz.
Jazz is the second baseman. I don't see them signing Ha-Sung Kim. And they traded for Caballero to be shortstop until Volpe comes back. The Yankees love their guys. Like, they love Volpe. They're not giving up on him.
Ooh, interesting.
Now, I personally, as much as I predicted Bo to the Mets for second base, David Stearns has talked about run prevention. Now, obviously, run prevention is not just defense on the field by position players, but by strikeouts, by pitchers and everything. But I could see Ha-Sung Kim being the Mets second baseman because of his defense.
Yeah,
And I would like. And
that's why I thought
it.
the Giants. That's why I thought he. Honestly, remember I said in the very first offseason show, I said Scherzer, Ha-Sung Kim, and Tyler Rogers. That's going to be the Giants offseason, and I was kind of being sarcastic a little bit, but I don't know.
Arise, I'm going to go out on a limb, and he will be the everyday DH because he's not great defensively anywhere. And it's going to be a 2-year deal. Maybe it takes 3 because I'm using one of the crappy teams. The Pittsburgh Pirates.
Pirates.
Arise?
Yes, to the Pirates.
I think his bat's too good. I think he goes to Seattle or Chicago Cubs.
Ooh. As a DH or as a position?
They got Seiya to be the DH in Chicago.
Yeah, you're right. Doesn't he play in outfield? Does he play in outfield?
He's not great defensively. I don't know if
He can play. I thought he played first, second, DH.
Suzuki was more of an outfielder, but this year he was the DH because they had Kyle Tucker and they got Ian Happen left. But now Tucker's going to be gone. I could see them putting him back there, but they got Owen Casey, a young outfielder. They might want Suzuki to stay the DH.
I think Suzuki goes to right field and Arise could be their DH. But anyway, and we haven't even mentioned what I'm looking at my list, Eric. If Miami's spending all this money, where's it going? Because they ain't on my list.
You know who we forgot about? Ryan O'Hearn, first baseman / DH.
Oh,
Hey, we forgot about Shota.
There's like 200 of them, though.
Where's Shota going to go? I have no idea where Shota's going to go.
Shota.
That's why I said he should accept a qualifying offer.
Because that's right. He's got the. Did he accept it or did he deny it?
Nobody's accepted yet. The deadline
Not
is
yet.
the
Okay.
18th.
If he doesn't, I got him going to Kansas City.
Oh, really?
They have enough of starting pitching. They actually just reports came out now. They might be trading
trade
starter Bubic, yeah, but they have Cole Ragans. They got Seth Lugo.
Oh, Bubic. Bubic could play for the Giants, Eric.
They're talking about maybe trading him.
We didn't even predict Michael King.
Oh, dude.
Michael King.
I'll see you guys Tuesday.
I know we're gonna finish up here. I know this. I knew it was gonna be kind of long, but where do you think Michael King? Wait, does he have a qualifying offer? Right?
Yeah,
he stays in San Diego.
I think
that's why I think if you're San Diego, you hope that one of them. The miracle would be both of them accepting the qualifying offer. I could absolutely see Michael King being a New York Met. And here's why.
He was a Yankee, wasn't he?
He was a Yankee, but he was a reliever with the Yankees. The Padres turned him into a starter. And who was a reliever that turned a starter this year with the Mets?
Clay Holmes. What's his name? Clay Holmes.
Clay Holmes, and he's a former Yankee, Michael King. So it's a reliever turned starter with I could see Michael King in the Mets rotation. So my prediction is Michael King and Amai to the Mets rotation.
See, I don't know what the Mets, because I know Mets they don't want to go with those long contracts, do they, for starting pitching? That's why I haven't really picked any Mets. Even though they need starting pitching, I just don't know if they want to.
I think King is I think they would go. I think they would go if they went 5 years. He'd have an opt out after 2 or 3 years. I think that's what they would do. So getting to know David Stearns, and yes, he doesn't want to give out 5-year deals to pitchers that are 30 years old. I think for how the season ended, I think his preference is to make a trade for a pitcher, whether it's Skubal, whether it's Joe Ryan, whether it's Joe Ryan, whether it's Pablo Lopez. maybe it's a Chris Bubik, but that's gonna not have a lot of fans happy. Like if he brought in Joe Ryan and Chris Bubik, or if he brought in Skubal and Bubik, like if he traded for 2 starters, different story.
Wow. I'm going to write down on my list, Eric. Ryan. It just sounds like a Giant too.
They have to trade for him. And we talked about this the other night.
Just sounds.
Yeah, then maybe like we were talking about Joe Ryan, a combination of Joe Ryan and Brian Buxton. Now he would have to. He would.
Oh, you think they would trade Buxton?
But
again, you're talking about.
Well,
it's up to Buxton to be able to waive his no trade.
I don't think they trade him. He's just too valuable.
No, Glenn. Dan Hayes, reporter from The Athletic. So the Twins have a debt of $500 million. This is per the poll ads in an interview they did with one of the newspapers a few months ago at the end of the season. So that's why they shedded all that payroll. That's why they traded away 40% of 11 players from the major league roster. They don't. Falvey, the president of baseball ops, he would like to keep Ryan and Lopez and Buxton. He doesn't know what the Twins' budget is, and the Twins' ownership might force him to trade all 3. And he might trade Lopez and Ryan first, and then Buxton is going to say, "I want out."
Armand, you should know by watching this show. I listened to Eric last year, and he said we were getting Juan Soto. Where did that get me?
So he's in Queens, baby. So you got.
Hey, before I forget and before I sign off, Armand, I'm gonna do my best impersonation. I know Mark is out there in the audience. Mark will get it.
Hold on, we got a couple of photos.
Armand, who is this? Who is this? You there, me here, and we're schmoozing SPORTS tonight.
Steve the Schmooze Summers.
There you go. And he's got a brand new book coming out about 10 days from now. 2 weeks. The Steve Summers. That's what it's called. You there, me here. I can't wait to get my mitts on that one. Eric has no idea who
I have no idea who the hell you're talking
about. The Schmoozer.
He was a radio guy for WFAN for so long.
He was good. Him and Joe Beningo. What do we got? Oh, that must be a Mark collection.
Yeah, it's Mark collection. I can't. Can you see who this is?
Looks like baseballs in a
and they're all signed by the same guy. Well, except for this one. These 2 are the same. These 3 are the same. I can't make out the signature. Can anyone else? I can't make it out. Mark, you're going to have to tell us who that is.
Are these all 4? Are these Mets?
He's got to be Mets.
Zoom in again, Eric. Zoom in.
Oh, that's all his foul balls. Oh, okay. So it's
because those are just the commissioner's name on them. They're all the exact same, Eric.
That's what it is. Okay, it's all his foul balls. He's got 5 foul balls. Holy crap!
Since we did free agency, how about next Friday we just do trades?
Well, we kind of we could get more in a trade. We could get more in a trade. We did
because I have my list of I created this list. I sent it to you, Eric.
Yep.
For
or I say screw him. We'll do it Monday, Eric. Wink, wink.
Yeah, we could do it Monday. Why not?
Screw him. We'll do it Monday, and then when he comes in Friday, go. We already did that.
We did a little bit on the. Hold on, let me bring this one up. We did a little bit of the trades. Now here we go.
Let me ask you. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Can anyone recognize these? Is that number 55? I can't tell.
They're Mets. So that would be Steve. Who wore 55 named Steve? Steve Garber. Steve Garber. Steve Garber, number 55.
All right, there we go. Who else we got in there? I don't even know. Can you make it out there, Armand?
David Fry. David Fry in the bottom left.
Mark is saying who they got for Tom Seaver. It's like that's before my time.
That one on the upper right is very faded. Does that say Rookie of the Year down on the upper left? Does that say ROI? I can't tell.
I can't. It's hard for me to even see them. They're so worn out.
Oh, look at this. Ibrahim says Pat Zachary, upper left. See, I saw the ROI. 76. It is. Hey, very good, Ibrahim. Mark, here it is.
Pat Zachary, Doug Flynn,
Steve Henderson, Dan Norman.
Dan Norman.
You got me on that one. Hey, Mark, thanks for sharing, man. Appreciate it.
Come on, Eric. That bottom right. See, that's how bad now autographs look like a Nike sign. But you tell me that, Steve Henderson.
Doesn't look like Steve Henderson.
Good Lord. Looks like Squiggle. Lenny and Squiggle. Lenny and Squiggle.
All right, let's get the hell out of here.
Before we get out of here, Eric, and we've talked about the free agency, and it doesn't look good. I don't think it looks very good for the Giants. Their only path forward is trades. Man. So, Eric, if what I feel they sign, I mean, you're on board with Tucker. I'm living in more of a reality world.
Yeah, I know.
I got Scherzer and Gleyber Torres. If they don't manage to make a deal, Eric, don't you think we continue to take kind of a step backwards or 2 steps backwards?
I honestly don't.
Knowing who our right fielder will be next year, Eric?
We don't know who. That's the thing. We don't know who the right fielder is. We
want to make it back. Who do you think? You don't want to put money on who's going to be our opening day right fielder next year?
No way it can be that. If you're going to be serious, there's no way that you make it a platoon or whatever. You cannot have a combination of a Matos, a Luciano, a Gilbert, or a McRae in right field. You can't. You can't.
The smell test, Derek. He loves Drew Gilbert. You just signed a manager who's all in on Drew Gilbert. And as soon as his name came up, Eric, that afternoon, all I started hearing on the fan in Toronto was Scherzer.
Yeah.
We're best buddies. Oh, I'll come play for me then. Like,
we'll see.
What is this? It's like Sandlot baseball. Eric, it's like Little League. You can play on my team.
I know. And look, let's see what happened. When the offseason has just begun, let's see what happened. You know, we didn't even get into freaking closers. We did not talk about one damn closer. Not one. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe that'll be the show on Monday.
I think there is such a need right now, Eric. There's going to be such a need for starters and relievers. I think the Giants are going to be so out there trying to reach in among the real players, so to speak, to get pitching. We need a bullpen. The problem, Armand, is, and I think Eric will agree with me, my closing statement will be, we need too much this offseason.
We need a few.
We need a lot.
That is a fact. We need to play. Look, there's 3, right? 3 massive needs: a starting pitcher, a closer, and another bat. That's 3. I'm
not too fussy about our entire bullpen, to be honest with you, Eric. I really am not.
And look, and you know what you can do with the bullpen? That's where you go do your Rule 5 draft. Go get a couple of just bullpen. I'm not talking about a closer. I'm just talking about bullpen arms. Go out there and do the Rule 5 draft and go get yourself some bullpen arms. See
what we got to deal with, Armand, over here? We got Bailey who can't hit. And then you're one injury away. We saw we went down. We spiraled last year. As bad as people say he is, as soon as Matt Chapman got hurt, we lost like 15 to 17 games.
You know what? You know who else? When we lost Dom Smith, we also went down the shitter.
There's a guy I would take a flyer on.
The Giants need to sign. The Giants need to sign him, man. You got him in-house.
And I don't, you know how I don't like using this word, Eric, cheap, but you get him at a reasonable cost, allows you to go out and get bigger bats.
Yes.
And he's good.
Yes.
But you know why they're not bringing him back? Eldridge.
They got to, I'm telling you.
Here we go again. All right.
Look, let me real quick before you get out of here, because you build around Devers. You're not building around Eldridge. Eldridge hasn't shown you don't build around someone who hasn't done nothing yet. You build someone around like a Devers. Buster Posey, you don't go and extend Chapman, you don't sign Adames, and you don't go and trade for Devers if you're going to make Eldridge the guy you build around. You just don't. I would use him as capital.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Matt Stairs says. We'll have him on the show hopefully next week. And
that'd be awesome.
I mean, he's been there. You and I haven't, Eric. You and I are just armchair coaches.
That's all we are, man. We don't know what the hell.
I got a new fun dip with 2 sticks, Eric, calling my name. Good to be back with you, Eric. Good to see you,
Absolutely.
Armand.
Let's get out of here. Armand, thanks again, man. Appreciate it, buddy.
No problem. If you want to do this next Friday, just trades. I'm down.
Cool. Yeah, we'll be back on Monday, guys. So unless anything big breaks, we'll see you
Monday, Wednesday, and Armand's getting down Friday.
Hey, guys, have a good weekend. Be good. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.